Bob Dylan history. Bob Dylan, born Robert Allen Zimmerman on May 24, 1941, in Duluth, Minnesota, had a childhood that laid the foundation for his future as an influential musician and cultural icon. His early years were marked by various experiences that would shape his worldview, ignite his passion for music, and fuel his desire for artistic expression. Dylan grew up in a middle-class Jewish family, with his father Abram Zimmerman working as an appliance store owner and his mother Beatrice, Beatty, Stone Zimmerman as a homemaker. Dylan's parents played a significant role in his upbringing, nurturing his love for music and encouraging his creative endeavors. They provided him with his first guitar, a cheap acoustic instrument, which would become his trusted companion on his musical journey. Dylan's hometown of Duluth, situated on the shores of Lake Superior, offered a vibrant cultural landscape. Although he often described it as a cold and rigid place, it exposed him to a variety of musical influences through the local radio stations. The airwaves carried a mix of genres, including folk, blues, country, and gospel, which would leave an indelible mark on his musical style. As a young boy, Dylan developed a fascination with American roots music and the stories embedded within those songs. He immersed himself in the sounds of folk and blues artists, captivated by their narratives of struggle, injustice, and resilience. These early encounters with music fueled his passion for storytelling and would later shape his own lyrical approach. Dylan's interest in music deepened during his teenage years, and he began to explore various musical genres. He played in high school bands, covering popular songs of the time, and was even inspired to form his own rock and roll band, the Golden Chords. This early experience provided him with valuable stage time and allowed him to develop his musical skills. After graduating from high school in 1959, Dylan enrolled at the University of Minnesota in Minneapolis. However, his time at college was short-lived, as his passion for music and desire to pursue a career as a musician took precedence over his academic pursuits. He began frequenting the local coffee house and folk music scene, immersing himself in the rich tapestry of live performances and the bohemian atmosphere that accompanied them. During this period, Dylan adopted the stage name, Bob Dylan, paying homage to his favorite poet, Dylan Thomas. The name change signaled his artistic transformation and the emergence of a distinct persona that would come to define him. In 1961, Dylan made a pivotal decision that would alter the course of his life. He dropped out of college and headed to New York City, specifically to the vibrant Greenwich Village, which was a gathering place for musicians, poets, and artists. There, he immersed himself in the thriving folk music scene and became part of a community that nurtured and challenged his artistic sensibilities. Dylan's early years in New York were marked by countless performances in coffee houses, clubs, and small venues, where he honed his songwriting skills and developed his unique musical style. His raw talent and captivating stage presence soon caught the attention of influential figures within the folk community, including the legendary talent scout John Hammond, who recognized Dylan's potential and signed him to Columbia Records in 1961. Born Robert Allen Zimmerman on May 24, 1941, in Duluth, Minnesota, Dylan emerged as a countercultural icon during the turbulent 1960s and has since become an enduring and influential artist. Growing up in a Jewish household, Dylan's early exposure to music came through the local radio, which broadcasted a range of styles, including folk, blues, and country. In high school, Dylan discovered the works of Woody Guthrie, an American folk singer-songwriter, and became deeply inspired by his storytelling style and social commentary. Arrival in New York and rise to fame in 1961, Dylan relocated to New York City's Greenwich Village, a hotbed of artistic and intellectual activity. Dylan's eponymous debut album was released in 1962 and consisted mainly of traditional folk songs. While it garnered some attention, it was his subsequent albums, The Freewheelin' Bob Dylan, 1963, and The Times They Are A-Changin', 1964, that propelled him to the forefront of the folk revival movement. These albums showcased Dylan's poetic songwriting and powerful social commentary, with songs like Blowin' in the Wind and The Times They Are A-Changin' becoming anthems of the civil rights and anti-war movements. Electric revolution and controversy in the mid-1960s, Dylan embarked on a radical artistic shift. Infused with rock and blues influences, he began incorporating electric instruments into his music, leading to a fusion of folk and rock sounds. Dylan's electric performance at the Newport Folk Festival in 1965, famously dubbed the Electric Revolution, became a defining moment in his career. The controversial move was exemplified by his landmark album, Bringing It All Back Home, 1965, which showcased both acoustic and electric tracks. It marked a significant departure from his earlier work and set the stage for subsequent groundbreaking albums such as Highway 61 Revisited, 1965, and Blonde on Blonde, 1966. These albums cemented Dylan's reputation as a musical visionary, blending poetic lyrics with rich musical arrangements. The motorcycle accident and self-reflection in 1966. Dylan's life took a turn when he was involved in a motorcycle accident, the full details of which remain shrouded in mystery. Following the accident, Dylan retreated from public life and took a break from touring, allowing him to recover and reflect on his artistic direction. During this period, he released introspective albums such as John Wesley Harding, 1967, and Nashville Skyline, 1969, which showcased a more stripped-down, country-infused sound. Gospel years and spiritual exploration. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, Dylan experienced another artistic reinvention. He embraced Christianity and released a series of gospel-oriented albums, starting with Slow Train Coming, 1979. These albums reflected Dylan's newfound faith and addressed themes of spirituality and redemption. Later career and legacy. As Dylan entered the 1990s and beyond, he continued to release albums that showcased his versatility and creative range. Albums like Time Out of Mind, 1997, Love and Theft, 2001, and Modern Times, 2006, received critical acclaim and demonstrated his ongoing artistic relevance. His impact on songwriting and lyricism is immeasurable, with his ability to craft vivid narratives and convey profound emotions setting a benchmark for generations to come. In 2016, Dylan was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature, becoming the first songwriter to receive this prestigious honor. The award recognized his significant contributions to the literary world and solidified his status as a cultural icon. In recent years, Dylan has continued to captivate audiences through his never-ending tour, a constant series of live performances. Thanks for watching.